Hey everybody, JC here with another TNI toy review. And today's review is being done in association with MarvelousNews.com, your #1 source for everything Marvel. And today we're taking a look at the new Wolverine / Marvel Legends Emma Frost figure. This is part of the new 6-inch line of Wolverine figures, which is essentially an extension of the Marvel Legends line, and in fact is kind of giving us a glimpse of what we can expect to see next year for the Marvel Legends line, where we have essentially movie tie-ins with Marvel Legends figures. And so today we're taking a look at the Emma Frost figure, or as it says on the packaging, the Manipulators of Memory. And with this wave of Wolverine figures, you get a Build-A-Figure puck piece. Piece to build your own Marvel Legends puck figure. Now the figure is called Manipulators of Memory because it's actually, originally there was supposed to be a swap figure with this one. Rogue was supposed to be the swap figure. Now I'm not sure why Rogue is considered a manipulator of memory, since she has no psychic powers per se, but I guess if she touches you she absorbs your memory, so I guess that's a type of manipulation. A little bit of a stretch, but okay. Packaging is pretty standard to the what we've seen with the Marvel Legends line recently from Hasbro. Blister card packaging. Up at the top is the Wolverine logo with a picture of Wolverine, comic book Wolverine, and then the figure is clearly displayed on the packaging. You've got some reddish and yellow background. There's an X-Men X in the background, and then below is the Marvel Legends logo and the name of the figure. And then on the back it shows the picture of the figure, or in this case figures, showing you the swap figure. Rogue, I believe, is currently on hold along with those other Marvel Legends swap figures that never got released. Hopefully we'll see her released sometime down the road, possibly as an exclusive line of swap figures. But right now, as far as I know of, Rogue is not being released in this Wolverine wave, which is disappointing because it's a very nice looking figure. And then up in the top corner you got a little bio for Emma Frost. Manipulators of memory. No mind can hide from these mutant mavens. One absorbs memories, one forges them through pure telepathic force. And then we have some art, comic book art, to the right of both characters. I'm not sure who drew these. And then down below you have the picture of the Build-A-Figure puck figure, and then the other figures in the wave that you need to get in order to complete puck. In this case, Sabretooth, Cyclops, and Wolverine. Okay, now that we've taken a look at the packaging, let's take a look at the figure inside. Now, the first thing I want to note about the figure is that she is very difficult to stand. Because her feet are sculpted with high heels, she does not stand very well at all. If you're going to display her on your shelf, you're probably going to need to have her lean against something, or use a figure stand, or some type of adhesive on her feet. She does have peg holes on her feet, both feet, but of course she doesn't come with any kind of actual figure stand. The overall sculpting detail is very nice. I like how the details, like her abs and her belly button and her midsection. I think the face sculpt looks really good. I know some people have said they don't like it, but I think it came out great. In fact, it's one of the best looking face sculpts I've seen on a Marvel Legends figure in some time. In fact, I might even say it's one of the best female face sculpts to date. Paint wise, not a lot of shading. Her her hair is basically yellow. Now there is a little bit of white streaking in the hair if you look really closely. I don't know if that's supposed to be some type of attempt at shading or if it's just where the paint's kind of worn, but there's definitely some whiteness in the hair. Then she's got basic skin tone, and then the rest of her outfit is basically white. Now one thing I want to note is that the white on her top and her butt section seems to be a little bit darker paint shade of white than the rest of the figure. Not sure if that's on purpose or what, but it does seem to be a little bit darker white. Oh, and then I also like how they painted the silver lipstick on her lips, which really kind of stands out in the lighting, which is a nice touch. Okay, so here we have a look at the new figure compared to Hasbro's original Emma Frost figure, and you can see there's vast improvement between the two figures. The new figure just looks so much better than the old one. Sculpting, articulation, everything about the new one just looks better. Now the only thing the old one had that the new one doesn't, unfortunately, is Emma Frost's cape. But as you can see here, I've got the cape that came with the original Emma Frost on the new one, and it's a little bit short. It should probably come down more to her feet if it was really comic book accurate, but I don't think it looks bad. So if you have the old figure and you still have that cape, then I think it makes a nice addition, and you can just pop her head off and put the cape on without any problem, really. And the other thing I want to note about the two figures, one of the critiques about the original figure was it looked like she was wearing a diaper, and I like how they've added this loose-fitting belt on the new figure, so it kind of covers her midsection, so it doesn't really look like she's wearing a diaper like on the old one. Even without the belt, it's not nearly as bad as it was on the old one, but I think that belt is a nice touch and kind of nullifies that critique that they had with the old figure. But God, that old figure is just hideous looking. Let's just get rid of that. So size-wise, Emma Frost is actually pretty. This new Emma Frost is actually pretty tall. She's a little bit over 6 inches, actually closer to about 6.5. Here she is with the recently released Psylocke figure. You can see close to the same size. Psylocke's maybe a little bit shorter just because she doesn't have the high heels. And then here she is next to the Red She-Hulk, which obviously is a bigger, taller figure like it's supposed to be. But, you know, good scaling, I think, overall. And then here she is with the old Toy Biz Marvel Legends Storm, which also has high heels and it was also very difficult to stand. You can see they're pretty close to about the same size there, and they fit well with each other. So if you have a bunch of the old X-Men Marvel Legends, I think overall she'll fit in nicely with it. And then here's a comparison with Hasbro's first Astonishing X-Men Cyclops. And you can see Cyclops, this version of Cyclops is a little bit shorter than she is. Obviously this new line has a new Cyclops, which I'll do a comparison of when I do a review of the Cyclops figure. I haven't actually opened that one yet, so I'm not sure if he's taller, if the new Cyclops is taller or not. But definitely if you had the old Astonishing X-Men Cyclops, she is a little bit taller than he is. Okay, so now let's take a look at the articulation on this figure. The head's on a ball joint, so you can just pop it off. There's no hinge on the neck, so there's no up or down movement on the neck. Even if there was a hinge on the neck, she probably couldn't move her head back too much because of the way the hair sculpted. It is a soft plastic though, so you can still turn the head left and right without too much of a problem. And then she can also kind of tilt her head, but she has very little down or back movement with the head. The arms are attached with ball hinge joints, So she's got a wide range of motion there. Single jointed elbows with the swivel, and then the wrists are also swivel hinge joints, so she can move her hands down and back. And then her right hand is sculpted in the open position to kind of simulate using her powers. And then her left hand is sculpted as a closed fist. There is a swivel joint in the midsection, which is actually very nicely hidden by her top. I like how they've done that. She doesn't really have any kind of ab crunch up or down motion in the ab section, but she does have the swivel. Oh, and on the arm there's no bicep swivel. And then with the legs, she's got the ball hinge joints there, and the way they're sculpted, she can't really move her leg back too much. It tends to go outward, but she can move it forward. You can put her in a seating position. She can sit Indian style if you want. She's got the double hinged knees, which is nice, and then she's got the hinged ankle pivot joints. Though with the high heels, again, she really doesn't stand very well at all. So overall, I think the articulation is pretty nice. An ab crunch would be nice as far as articulation wise, but I think it would probably hinder the look of the figure. So I'm willing to sacrifice that. You can kind of see here with the Mystique figure, I don't know. It's kind of a tough call, but I can live without the ab crunch. As I mentioned in the beginning, there is a build-a-piece figure that comes with this for Puck. We'll go into more detail with this when we actually do a review of the Puck, but the piece basically comes with the torso and legs, so you still got to get the arms and the head. And you can see here that the head will sit on a ball hinge joint, and then he's just got the single knee joints, not double hinge knees, and then he does have ankle pivot on the leg. So again, we'll go into more detail on that when we actually review Puck, but I just wanted to show you that this is the build-a-piece that this figure comes with. And then there's a little instruction sheet also that shows you how to put the figure together, and then has a little bio for Wolverine and tells you if you want to know more, you can pick up Wolverine number 172. So I guess this is a bio straight out of the comic book. So if you want to read it, I'll freeze it for you. So that's about it. Overall, I think, like I said, this is a vast improvement over the original Emma Frost figure. I think it'll make a nice addition to your Marvel Legends collection. I think the sculpting is very nice. And like I said, one of the nicest looking female Marvel Legends figures I've seen in some time. I don't have the Moonstone. I'm not sure which body this is, if this is the same body that the Moonstone figure from the Thunderbolt set uses. I'm sure one of you guys can tell me in the comments section, but again, I really like the look of this figure, especially with the sculpting of the face and everything. So I would definitely recommend you pick this up. And this figure, along with this whole series, is previews exclusive, so you're not going to find it at mass retail. You're only going to find it at places like your comic specialty stores or your online e-tailers. And these actually were released here in the United States today, so if you want to pick this wave up or this figure up, then you probably want to check your local comic book shop or your favorite online e-tailer like Big Bad Toy Store and pick these up. Alright, so till next time, I'll check you later.